I know I say this a lot. This is the best machine ever. Oh, I love this machine. But there are just so many cool phonographs. And for me, anything really early is even more cool. Like I like the early tinfoil machines, which date from like the 1880s. I like the Bell Tainter machines, which are early 1890s. Anything early Edison or OpenWorks. I mean, they're all so cool. But this one's one of my favorites. This is an early Fondain tinfoil from Paris around 1890. Sorry, 1880. Whew. Yeah, that's early. Because nothing was really happening as far as cylinders, anything like that at that time. So this machine was invented by Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison in 1877 was the first person to be able to record the human voice or sounds and reproduce them back to you. And that was a big deal because up until that point, no one had ever recorded anything that they were able to reproduce. How did he do it? He designed a machine, not exactly like this, but the same principle. This has a part here called the mandrel, which has a groove cut in it, same as the thread on this rod here. And as you rotate it, it feeds the mandrel across. Here is where you speak into, and there's a diaphragm here that vibrates with the sound of your voice or any sound. It has a needle attached to it, and the needle vibrates as you speak into that. On here, he wrapped tin foil and then put the needle so that it pressed just a little into the tin foil. So it had to be fairly accurate. By doing that, when you speak in here and the diaphragm vibrates and the needle vibrates, it puts little dents into the tin foil. Those little dents are the actual sound wave in the tinfoil. So now we get the sound wave on the tinfoil. How do you get it back out? You rewind this machine. So you go back, or there's a little lever here. I'll show you to go quickly. And you put the needle back in the tinfoil. And as you rotate this, the needle runs over the bumps that you created. And you'll see those when I do a close-up. And I do have another video of the Ducretet tinfoil, so there's a little more explanation on that. And I will be doing a full video on recording on tinfoil and playing back, just because we'd like to see it, and it's too difficult to do on the spot here. It's going to take me a while to get that one to work. But as the needle rides over the tinfoil bumps, the sound is reproduced and comes back. Of course, it has its drawbacks. As the needle's going through the tinfoil, it tends to flatten the bumps out, so you can play it maybe once or twice. The other thing is, as you rotate it, it's hard to keep it at a consistent speed. So it kind of gets faster and slower and faster and slower. There are, a few problems with that. I can see there's a little bit of a recording on this tinfoil. I might have done this years ago, and I can't remember what I recorded, just like with the Ducretet, but I played that and you could hear something. So maybe I'll at least play this and see if I don't rip the tinfoil, if we can get any of this sound off it. Now, Fondain was an early pioneer in making tinfoil machines. So 1877, Edison invents it. 1880 in Paris, Fondain starts manufacturing these. And he had this and another one, which was a slightly different color and almost the same, but little tweaks here that are different. Now, the Ducretet I showed was another company in Paris. And Fondain went out of business in 1881, and the company Ducretet bought the parts from them, which is why you will see Ducretet machines that look like the other Fondain that I don't have here. So there's some overlap between the two companies. So let's listen and see if we can hear something on this tinfoil. Okay, this could go horribly wrong. Well, horribly wrong as in it'll rip the tinfoil. Over here, I undo this little knurled nut here, and I can push this down. By doing that, I've disengaged the thread from this, which holds the thread. Now I gotta move the needle away from the tinfoil because you can see it's indenting the tinfoil a little. And if I slide this over, it's gonna rip the tinfoil for sure. Okay, so I bring that back up. There we go. So now the tinfoil's in place. I'll put that there, gonna take a quick look at it. All right, it seems to be in place. Doesn't seem to be putting too much of a dent in, so hopefully this will work. Let's give it a try. Well, we heard something. Didn't make a lot of sense. I couldn't hear much. You know what? Since the tinfoil has a little bit of room left, I'm going to try recording something. I'll record what Edison did as his first recording. And I got to yell, so I'll turn the sound down when I edit this video. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. All right, I'm going to bring it back quickly this way. And see little dents in there, so there is something on this. Let's try it. I could hear that. I could make out what I was saying. So that's pretty cool. When I edit it, I'll bring the volume up on that part and you should be able to hear it too. Now, come on. Wasn't that cool? You actually heard a tinfoil machine, 1877 technology on an 1880 machine. Very cool. So look for my video on tinfoil recording where I actually do it carefully and get better results. I'll be doing that in a little while, so it might take a while to get it up on YouTube. But I hope you enjoyed that video.